to WVVH-TV's coverage of the New York International Auto Show, coming to you from the Javits Convention Center. Hi, Violet Marley of Ford Motor Company, and you've got something really cool to show us.
Yes, I'd love to share the new technology that Ford Motor Company has come out with, and this will be introduced across the board eventually, but it's going to be started in the Ford Focus. It's called the MyKey technology, and what it is a safety feature that parents can use to help ensure good driving habits for their teens, their new teens that are just learning how to drive.
Now this feature is available now. This is a hybrid, Mercury hybrid.
This is just a prototype. The first vehicle it's going to come out on is the Ford Focus, and again, eventually it will be introduced as a standard feature across the entire Ford Lincoln Mercury line. But first, this is just a prototype that we're taking on an East Coast tour to share the technology with the public. What happens here now when you have two keys to this technology? One is the administrator key, which would be the parent's key, and the other is my key, which is your teenage driver. What happens is the parent would get into the vehicle as the administrator, and there's a setup button to the left of the steering column that allows you to go through and reset your MyKey settings. So it says reset for MyKey. The first feature is the maximum speed that you can set this for is for the vehicle to go 80 miles per hour or off. The next feature is you can have it start chiming to alert the student that they are at 45 miles per hour, 55 miles per hour, or 65 miles per hour. I'm going to set it at 65 in case they're on a highway, but you can set it at 45 if they're more local driving. The other thing that you can set is MyKey volume, which is your radio volume control, and advanced track, which prevents the teen from being able to spin out tires and do donuts on the lawns and things like that. So now you're all set for the MyKey system. What happens now is the teenager gets in the car and we're going to switch keys. Now we're taking the administrator key out and we're putting the MyKey in. And there's certain features that automatically happen when this MyKey is in the ignition. One of them is we are going to show you about volume control. We already said as the administrator that the volume control can only go to 44% of maximum volume. So as you can see, when I go to that 40%, it says MyKey volume limited. You can't go any higher than that. So it limits the distraction that the teen would have if he would blast his stereo and not be able to hear external noises that may alert him to danger, him or her. The other thing, which is very, very important, is that when you start to drive away, we're going to have the radio on like a teen driver would do. And then as we start to drive away, in a few seconds, it says buckle up to unmute audio. So as you can see, we're not wearing our seatbelts. The only way for us to hear that radio again is to buckle our seatbelts. So the driver and the passenger, if there's a passenger in the vehicle, would have to have their seatbelt fully engaged for them to be able to listen to that radio again.
6 ships have been hijacked since Saturday, and he's been in these waters many times as well as
The other feature that it has as the MyKey is that there's a separate odometer, so you can regulate how many miles the teenage driver has driving. So if he says he's going to the movies and it's only 5 miles away and he comes back and the odometer says 50, well then you can say, well, where else did you go? So it's nice safety features, it's gentle reminders to have the teens establish good safety habits, good driving habits, and that's what Ford Motor Company is trying to encourage with the MyKey technology.